Despicable Me 4 is the 6th entry in this Minions franchise. I'm about to go see Maxine, so I'm actually not going to see Despicable Me 4. My sister is. But before we talk about whether Despicable Me 4 is any good, let's talk about if it's safe for photosensitive audiences.
The answer is kind of. Despicable Me 4 is somewhat safe for photosensitive audiences. The worst of the flashing lights is mainly at the beginning when the minions are doing their illumination intro. And then there immediately is a scene where there is a car driving very fast at night. And those flashes of the headlights can be really triggering to photosensitive audiences, I found. There's a sequence that was shown in the trailers where minions are injected with super serum that turns them into mega minions. This scene features some lightning strikes, which were a little harsh. One of the mega minions has a laser eye, which can flash very fast across the screen, but there's usually some warning. Those are pretty much the only scenes that have some serious flashing lights. So for flashing lights, I would give this a 5 out of 10 just because the flashing lights are pretty bad, but you can pretty much ignore it. You can watch out for those scenes. There is one scene where you're navigating through a office, lots of cubicles, and the camera moves very fast and there's a lot happening. There's minions everywhere, so that can be disorienting if you're sensitive to motion. There's a little bit of a motion sickness warning for the minion that flies. There's some scenes where characters are flying around, so just be mindful of that. Trigger warnings for this movie. We have roaches, cockroaches. If that is not your thing, like it's not mine, then yeah, might want to sit that one out in a couple scenes. There is a somewhat graphic broken toe and kidnapping, so just be aware of that. There are also some scenes where certain characters are at perilous heights. Keep in mind this is all kept at a PG level, so it could be worse, but it's pretty silly, but still something to be aware of. So is this movie any good? I'm just gonna say no. But this is from a person who is not a big fan of Despicable Me movies. I realize these movies are not made for me. I do wish we saw a little bit more of Gru interacting with his adopted daughters. I felt like the trailer set us up for a interesting storyline of the girls adjusting to their new lives, and it felt like that storyline was kind of abandoned. And I really wish we just had more of Gru bonding with his daughters rather than just chasing around his son. But I gotta admit, Gru Jr. is pretty cute. But yeah, that's the best I can say about this movie. I think I would probably give it a C in my book. This movie is not made for the parents, it's made for the kids. Maybe bring your AirPods if your kids ask you to take you to this one, because it is kind of annoying, like a cheese grater on your forehead, but the kids and teenagers in my audience loved it. Very reactive, to my surprise.
Thank you so much to our readers on Tumblr and Facebook, and as always, an extra special thanks to our patrons over on our Patreon page, whose names are scrolling on the screen like credits right now. As a reminder, nothing produced by Movie Health Community is medical advice, nor has any of it ever been reviewed by any medical professionals. Be sure to leave a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon when you want to be notified when we post new videos, and leave a comment if you have anything to add to this discourse, especially if you disagree with anything I've said. We love hearing from you. And as always, stay safe at the movies.